Hi everyone, welcome to your mats and welcome to today's practice. We're going to get started straight away, lying on our backs, bringing the soles of our feet to touch, knees resting out wide, coming to find our Supta Baddha Konasana. You can choose where you want the hands to go, maybe on the body, maybe alongside the body, palms facing up. Wherever it is that makes you feel most safe and most comfortable, find this posture. And then allow yourself to gently let the eyes rest closed, to feel the physical body soften into its being right now, as you let the physical body become heavy on your mats. If there's too much sensation in the hips, maybe just drawing the feet a little bit further away from the body. And then once again, just checking in that you're not forming any tension in the legs, you're still letting the knees become heavy towards the mat beneath you. And then starting to invite awareness to the breath. Taking a moment to first observe the state of the breath as you lie here. Observe the state of the physical body. And observe the state of the mind. And now as you start to turn this observation of breath into controlled breathing, allow yourself to use this connection to breath to start to connect mindfulness to the mind. Connect to the physical body. Every breath you take allows you to keep arriving into this present moment with yourself and keep arriving into this space. As you start to detach from any external thoughts or energies that do not need to be with you as you move through your practice. See if you can let that breath soften even more. See if you can let the mind quieten even more. See if there's any more tension that you can release from the physical body. As we take our last few breaths in this moment, we allow ourselves to connect to the intention of mindfulness. Allowing ourselves to start becoming mindful of what it feels like to breathe in this moment and to be in this body that we are in right here, right now. And then taking this mindfulness through our practice with us, making sure you're constantly mindful of the breath and how it connects you to your practice. And that you're constantly mindful of the thoughts that come into your space as you move through this practice. Let's take our final slow, steady inhale here, making it mindful and making it purposeful. And doing the same as we take our final exhale. Beautiful. Next inhale, very slowly take the hands to the outside of the thighs and use the hands to draw the knees together. And then very slowly start to draw the thighs towards the body. Take the hands to the shins. Just take a moment here to give yourself a little hug. Feel that maybe rise up towards the thighs as you inhale. And see if thighs can move closer towards belly as you exhale. Beautiful. Pausing in the space for one more full breath in. As we exhale, left leg extends out in front of us. We keep that right thigh in towards the body as we interlace hands around that right shin. We stay up for a full breath in, feel the belly rise towards the right thigh. As we exhale, belly softens to spine. Maybe we can soften that thigh a little bit closer towards the belly. Beautiful. Staying as we are in this one breathing posture for one more full, slow, mindful inhale. One more full, slow, mindful exhale. Beautiful. As you find your next inhale, very gently release the hands from that chin. Start to draw that left knee behind the right knee. And then maybe this is enough for you and you just want to squeeze that right foot towards left calf. Otherwise, if you can, hook your right foot underneath left calf. We're going to take an inhale, reach the arms up above the body, create length through the top half of that body. See if the shoulders can soften, arms can soften. And then as we exhale, start to activate the core to squeeze the thighs and close See if you can squeeze thighs closer as we exhale. Taking our final inhale as we are. Final exhale. As we inhale, see if you can bring those hands back above the body, and maybe you're going to be able to fully wrap that right arm underneath left arm and bring the palms to touch. Otherwise, if you can't quite get the palms to touch, just squeeze the backs of the hands together. If this is still too much for you, just find a posture that feels comfortable where you can keep right elbow underneath left. As we take our inhale here, we're going to create length through the front line of the body by tapping the fingers above our heads and tucking the toes to the mat. As we exhale, we're going to crunch knee to elbow. Inhale creates that leg. Exhale, crunch. Moving with that breath. Inhaling. Exhale, crunch. Two more like this. Inhale in. Exhale, crunch. Final one. Full breath in. Full exhale, crunch. Squeeze tight. Beautiful. Hold this crunch for a full breath in. As we exhale, slowly release the hands, release the legs, squeeze the thighs back in towards the body. Taking your next inhale, we're going to bring the soles of the feet to touch. Knees move out wide. And we reach the shoulder blades up off the mat so that we can grab the hands onto the outer blades of the feet. Within final exhale, slowly soften the shoulders back towards the mat. And as we do this, we start squeezing the thighs away from the body and squeezing the heels in towards the body. So really active in the legs to try and find an opening through the inside of the hips. Trying to keep that spine long and then keep creating space through that chest by drawing the shoulders down into the mats. We're taking one more inhale here, see if there's any space to deepen. One more full exhale, maybe moving into that space. Beautiful. Next inhale, very gently releasing the feet and hand connection, drawing the thighs back towards the body. As we exhale, just pausing here for a moment. Taking one more full inhale as we are. And this time as we exhale, right leg's going to move and extend out in front of us. Hands are going to interlace around that left shin. We start to connect to breath. Take an inhale, feel the belly rise up towards that left thigh. As you exhale, see if you can move the thigh into the space that the breath releasing creates. Staying connected to this breath, being mindful of what you're feeling. Being fully present in this moment. We take our final full breath in. Final full breath out. Beautiful. Next inhale, we release the interlace from that shin. We start to bend into that right knee as we bring right knee underneath left. The thighs are now hooked, and we see if we can wrap that left foot underneath right calf. If we can't, we're just squeezing left foot in towards the calf. And we find our inhale, reach the arms high. And exhale, soften shoulders, soften the arms. Start to squeeze the thighs in towards the body. Beautiful. So actively working in that core to squeeze the legs in, feeling the sensation that arises in the hips. Acknowledging the sensation and mindfully releasing it with the breath. Staying as we are for a few more breaths here. Keep softening the upper body into the mats. As we take our final inhale, see if there's any space to deepen. start to draw the knees towards the side body, beyond the side body towards the mat. We want to try and let the shoulders become heavy into the ground so that we create length across the front of the chest. And we want to create length through the spine by making sure we're reaching that tailbone down into the mat. So we're not rounding that lower spine off the mat, we're keeping that length really active through the spine. Beautiful, so just observing what sensations may be coming up in the hips. Maybe there's sensations that are weakness as we started working into the hips. Just let yourself mindfully release whatever it is that needs to be released. We're staying in this happy baby for a full breath in. Now your knees can draw deeper towards the mat as you exhale. Beautiful. Next inhale, very slowly release the grip around the feet, draw the knees back in towards the body. And then as we exhale, start to find a rock through that spine to bring yourself up to seat. We're going to extend the legs out in front of us as we inhale, reach the arms high. And then as we exhale, we're going to hold here, make sure you're drawing the shoulders down away from the ears, but still sending energy through those fingertips. We should be flexed in the legs, really active in the feet. Feeling that core engaged to hold us here, make sure the shoulders are stacked above the hips. Staying for one more full breath in. As we exhale, we bring hands to interlace base of spine. We take an inhale, open through the front of the chest. And then as we exhale, holding here, legs are still active, feet are still flexing towards the body. You're still breathing mindfully, connected to your body. See if you can maybe start drawing the palms of the hands to touch, maybe drawing the hands away from the body. Make sure that core is still engaged, that you're not rounding in that spine, and we're still creating length through the spine. We have one more full inhale here, hold with me. Full exhale. Next inhale, very slowly releasing the hands, bringing hands back up above the body. As we exhale, start to lengthen that spine as we fold into our Paschimottanasana. So we're still early on in the practice, maybe the backs of the legs are still feeling a little bit tight. Just let yourself find your edge, not having any judgment or expectation over yourself or your body right now. And then just keep trying to lengthen through that spine, reaching the crown of the head forward, relaxing the head, relaxing the neck, breathing into this posture. Staying for one more full breath in, see if there's any more space to lengthen the spine. Full breath out, move into space. Beautiful. Next inhale, we're going to find a halfway lift in this Paschimottanasana first. So just making sure you're really lengthening into that spine, pulling your heart center forward. Stay with me as we exhale. One more inhale, see if there's any more space to lengthen. And then exhale, start to move the hands back towards the hips. Beautiful. We're going to inhale, cross over the ankles. Exhale, round the hands, step back to our first downward facing dog. So as always, finding some movement through the body that brings you comfortably into your first down dog. Maybe that's pedaling out the feet, swaying the hips from left to right. Maybe there's some tension in the neck that needs to be released. Shake the head, yes, shake the head, no, and let it go. Make sure you're still connected to the breath as you find this movement. And then when you're ready, starting to find stillness. Just checking in that the fingers are spread wide on the mat. You're really active through those arms to push the chest through towards the thighs. There's complete length through the spine. You're thinking of reaching the tailbone high. If you cannot lengthen the spine with the legs straight, you've got a slight bend in the knees. Otherwise, if the legs are straight, maybe you're activating the thighs to ground the heels into the mats. We're staying up down dog for one more full breath in. Full mindful breath out. Beautiful. Next inhale, we're going to try to keep the hips exactly where they are as we come up onto the balls of the feet. As we exhale, we're going to drop the heels back down to the mats. Inhale, come up onto the balls of the feet. This time, exhale, heels drop over to the right side of the mats. Beautiful. Inhale, come up onto balls of the feet, still pushing that chest back. Exhale, heels over to the left. Inhale, up onto the balls of the feet through center, and exhale, heels lower in center. Next, inhale, right leg's going to raise. We come to find that three-legged down dog where the hips are square, chest is pushing back. We pause in space here, make sure you drop your right hip in line with left, and sending energy through your right leg. Stay for one more inhale. Maybe you have blocks handy for yourself to use, or maybe you can just bring the hands onto the body somewhere. Trying to keep that front leg as straight as you can. We're staying for one more full breath in, full breath out. Next inhale, take your gaze forward, lengthen through the spine, and as you do this, step left foot next to right, coming to find our halfway lift, flat back. As we exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Moving through 2 more rounds of this, inhale, halfway lift, flat back. As we exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Last round, inhale, feel yourself lengthen the spine, shoulders away from ears, and as you exhale, try to keep the spine long as we fold. Beautiful, inhale comes back to that halfway lift, flat back. As we exhale, we start to heel toe the feet wide. We take the big toes off the mat, and then we slowly sit the sit bones down, coming to find our yogi squat. So hands come to touch in prayer hearts as we use the elbows to push the knees wide, as well as to create length through that spine. We breathe in this yogi squat for a full breath in, full breath out. We take our final inhale as we arch here, see if we can lengthen that spine a little bit more. Exhale, hands come to the mats. Beautiful, right toes come back onto the mat, left foot steps back, we find ourselves in a runner's lunge. Exhale, pause in space here. You have the option to drop that left knee down and untuck left toes if this is too much for you. Otherwise, you're keeping that left knee completely active, left thigh completely engaged. Maybe staying here as we take an inhale. Otherwise, as we exhale, maybe dropping down left elbow. If left elbow still feels good, maybe right arm can follow, and we find ourselves in our full runner's lunge. No matter where you are, that is completely okay, as long as you are listening to your body mindfully and accepting wherever you are out the mouth. Beautiful. Connect back to a slow, steady inhale. Slow, steady exhale. Next inhale, right leg's going to raise. We're going to come to find our three-legged. This time as we exhale, we're going to open the hip and bend the knee. So as if we were trying to get that back of the right heel towards the left glute, sending that right knee up towards the ceiling. Still trying to square the upper body off to the back of the mat. Staying like this for one more full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, right leg straightens, hip squares off. As we exhale, right knee moves to nose touch. Pause in space, inhale. Exhale, step right foot between the hands. Left foot comes to a 45-degree inhale, warrior one, arms reach high. Exhale, pause in space. Stay in warrior one for one more full breath in. And then as we exhale, we wrap right arm underneath left, come back to those eagle arms. So from here, we want to start to move the elbows up in line with the shoulders and move the forearms away from the face so that those wrists are in line with elbows. This will intensify the stretch through the back of the shoulders. And then make sure that that core is still engaged, you're not arching in that spine. And just breathing into whatever you're feeling here. We're staying for one more full inhale. Full exhale. Next inhale, we're slowly releasing the hands, bringing the arms high as you do the straight and right leg. As we exhale, lengthen the spine, come to find that fold. Moving in this posture now, inhale, halfway lift flat back, wherever that is for you. Exhale, fold. Two more rounds like that. Inhale, halfway lift flat back. Exhale, see if you can fold deeper. One more inhale, halfway lift flat back. Exhale, deepest fold, yes. Beautiful, see if you can hold here for an inhale. Hold, exhale. Inhale, take space forward as we do this left foot steps next to right, halfway left, flat back. Exhale, Vinyasa, forward fold. This time as we inhale, sit hips low, scoop arms high, come to find Vinyasa chair pose. And as we exhale, pause in space here. So we're tucking that core in, we're tucking tailbone down so that that spine is long. We're not arching in the spine. Shoulders are moving away from ears. We can see the toes just beneath the knees. Knees are squeezing together. We stay in this Vinyasa for one more full inhale. As we exhale, Uttanasana, fold, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. As we exhale, heel toe the feet wide. Take an inhale, pause here. Exhale, sit the sit bones lower, hands in prayer heart center, Vinyasa, yogi squat. We stay in this posture for a full breath in. As we exhale, hands come to mat, step that back, left foot back, right toes come back onto the mat. Finding our runner's lunge, pausing here as we inhale. And then as we exhale, you have the option to do exactly what you did in the last round. Otherwise, I'm going to give the option to try something a little deeper by walking the hands forward and then trying to bring the head as close to the mat as you can get it. Back leg is still engaged, really active. We're breathing here, so wherever you are, just finding your edge, observing and connecting and releasing sensation that comes up in the right hip. Stay with me for one more full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, slowly start to walk the back hands back underneath the shoulders wherever you are. And exhale, pause in space. So next inhale, left hand comes underneath left shoulder towards the middle of your mat. And we reach the right fingertips high, finding a twisted runner's lunge. We're squeezing that right thigh towards belly, belly towards thigh. Energy through right fingertips. Staying like this for a full breath in. Full breath out. Back leg is still engaged. See if as we inhale, you can open more to this twist. And exhale, bring right hand back to mat. Take a moment here as we inhale to stack the hands underneath the shoulders. And exhale, step back, high plank. Pause in high plank as we inhale. Exhale, your choice of Vinyasa, lower down. Inhale, maybe it's low cobra, maybe it's upward facing dog. And then as we exhale, pushing back, downward facing dog. Beautiful, maybe you need a releasing breath, taking a slow inhale through the nose. Big sigh, release out the mouth, exhale. Moving on to the other side, next inhale, we start to lift left leg high. And then as we exhale, we open hip, bend left knee. So we're still trying to shoulders off to the back of our mat. Still pushing the chest through towards that right thigh. We're reaching that left knee high, squeezing left heel in towards sit bones. Stay with me for one more full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, straightens left leg and squares the hip off. Exhale, knee to nose touch. Pause here for a full breath in. Exhale, step right, left foot through warrior one. Right foot at 45-degree angle, energy through those fingertips as we reach arms up to our shoulders. We pause in warrior one for a full breath in. Full breath out. Final inhale as we are. As we exhale this time, left arm under right arm over, wrapping the palms of the hands to touch. So now starting to see if you can draw those elbows up in line with shoulders, forearms move away from the face so that the wrists are above the elbows. Creating space through the back of the shoulders, core is engaged. We're still drawing that left hip back, right foot forward, right leg active. Beautiful. Breathing mindfully into this for our final inhale. Final exhale. As we inhale, we release the arms as we straighten that front leg. As we exhale, slowly hinging from the hips, folding body over left leg. We take an inhale, find our halfway lift wherever that is for us, lengthen the spine. As we exhale, we see if we can fold deeper. We inhale, halfway lift, lengthen spine. Exhale, lower spine, relax head. Final like this, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, body breathe into space. We hold this deep fold for a full breath in, notice sensation in that left leg. Full breath out. Inhale, gaze forward, step right, next to left, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, we sit hips low, sweep arms high. Come to find out Uttanasana chair pose. As we exhale, hold here. Make sure there's no tension in the face. Make sure the shoulders are moving away from the ears. We're mindfully relaxing the body into this active posture as we stay connected to the breath. Stay for one more full inhale. As we exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, heel toe, feet wide. Inhale, lengthen that spine, big toes off the mat. Exhale, we transition through to yogi squats. We pause in yogi squat for a full breath in. Exhale, hands come to mat. This time we step that right foot back, left toes come onto the mat, we find our runner's lunge. So if you are keeping that back leg active, it is completely engaged. You have the option to do exactly what you did on the other side. Otherwise, if you tried walking those hands forward, slowly allowing yourself to do so, and taking a nice slow breath. Finding a full inhale, full exhale. We have one more breath as we are, slow, steady in, slow, steady out. Next inhale, walking the hands back underneath the shoulders if they're not there already. And then as we exhale, we slowly step that right, place that right hand in the center of our mat. And we inhale, reach energy up through left arm as we find a twist. We're now squeezing left thigh towards the belly, belly towards thigh. That right leg is still active. As we take our final inhale, let's see if we can open more. And exhale, slowly bring that left hand onto the mat. Take a moment as we inhale to stack the wrists directly underneath the shoulders. And then as we exhale, step that left foot back, high plank. Take an inhale, high plank, cores engaged. Exhale, either knee chest chin or chaturanga. Beautiful. Inhale, low cobra, upward facing down. Exhale, push body back, downward facing dog. Taking a nice slow inhale as we are. Option to release breath from the mouth. Exhale. Let's connect to one more slow, steady breath in this downward facing dog. And then maybe you want to stay in your downward facing dog as a resting posture. Otherwise, you have the option to bring the knees out wide, big toes to touch behind you. Come to find your extended child's pose, rest the forehead on the mat. So the choice is yours. If you are staying in your down dog, trying to allow yourself to relax and slow down the breath as much as you can. If you're in your extended child's pose, softening the body, letting the sit bones fall back towards the heels, gentle length through the spine. Notice the allow yourself to find more comfort every time you experience downward facing dog. Also being completely okay if today your body needs an extended child's pose. We're not always meant to be working so hard physically that we cannot stay connected to our breath or to our intention of mindfulness. So there is no judgment for wherever you are in your practice today. Staying wherever we are for our final slow breath in, make it mindful, make it purposeful. Final slow breath out, make it mindful, make it purposeful. On your next inhale, if you're in your extended child's pose, slowly coming back to a downward facing dog. And exhale, seeing if you can find space to deepen. We're all going to hold out our dog for one more full breath in. Full breath out. Next inhale, we take our gaze towards our hands at the top of our space. As we exhale, we slowly, with the full length of the breath, step the feet towards the hands. As we inhale, we find a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, we're going to reach the arms high, come to find our high mountain. And exhale, slowly bring hands to prayer, heart center. Beautiful. Next inhale, we sit hips low, scoop arms high, come to find our Vinyasa chair pose. And as we exhale, see if you can sit hips lower. So next inhale, we're going to bring that right leg off the mat. And we're going to see if we can take our right thigh and right knee over the left leg. We then want to start to wrap that right foot behind the left calf, finding our eagle legs. If this is already enough for you, maybe you want to just bring the hands in prayer at heart center. Otherwise, maybe today you can bring right arm underneath left arm, wrap the palms around to touch, coming to find your full eagle posture. Beautiful. So making sure that we're not rounding into the spine, that core is still engaged, that tailbone is tucked. Maybe this is enough for you, maybe you can sit the hips a little bit deeper. The more you bend that standing leg, the easier it is to get that wrap. If this is still feeling strong for you, maybe you want to start to squeeze the elbows down towards the knees. Beautiful. Maybe you can rest the head into the arms, taking the elements of gaze away. Otherwise, if you need to balance, keep your gaze fixed on one spot, you're still connected to breath. We take our final inhale wherever you are. Final exhale. Inhale, slowly bring the body back up if you had that crunch. And then slowly release, stand tall, exhale. Just shake out the legs, let it go. Next inhale, reaching the arms high, coming to find your high mountain. Exhale, brings hands through prayer, heart center, Samastiki. Just take a moment here, maybe you want to close the eyes. We're going to have a nice slow breath in through the nose. Big exhale, sigh, release out the mouth. Next inhale, we reach arms high, high mountain. As we exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhale, reaches arms high, come to find high mountain. Exhale, hands through prayer, heart center. Inhale, we sit hips low, scoop arms high, come to find Uttanasana. And exhale, hold here. So moving on to the other side, inhale, left leg raises, we wrap left thigh and left knee over right. Maybe we squeeze left foot in towards right calf. Maybe we can fully get that wrap by bending the standing leg more. Always option to bring the hands in prayer, otherwise left arm goes under, right arm goes over, we find our eagle arms. So remember, you still want to move those elbows up in line with shoulders, forearms away from the ears, core is still engaged. You're keeping your gaze fixed on one spot, mindfully connecting to the breath to keep your balance. And then maybe you stay here, otherwise maybe you find your exhale start to crunch the knees to elbow. Beautiful. Staying as we are, one more full breath in, one more full breath out. If you've got that crunch, inhale first, raise the arms high, and exhale, release, shake out the legs, let it go. Beautiful, inhale, arms high, high mountain. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samastiki. We're going to take a nice slow inhale as we are here, maybe the eyes are closing. Big sigh, release the breath, exhale. Inhale, reaches arms high. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And then as we exhale, heel toe, feet wide, big toes off the mat. We take a moment, sit the sit bones low, come to find our yogi squats. you're building strength as you are in this posture. Otherwise, maybe that right foot can lift, maybe left foot can lift. And eventually you'll find yourself lifting both feet off the mat. I'm sucking up my core, I'm rounding in my upper spine, keeping my gaze forward so I don't fall onto my head. I'm keeping my connection to my breath, because if I stop breathing, my body's going to think something's wrong and push me up. Let's see if we can all stay wherever we are for one full breath in. Option to jump back to chaturanga if it's in your practice, otherwise exhale, slowly come back over the squats. We're going to take an inhale as we are here. Exhale, all meet back in our downward facing dog. Our final few breaths in our final down dog for today's practice. See how you've created space through the body. Observe how this down dog might feel different to the start of the class. Final inhale. Final exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, gaze goes back towards the hand, top of your space. As you exhale, once again, slowly stepping the feet towards the hands. Inhale, halfway lift that back. And then as we exhale, start to drop the sit bones low and come to find your connection of sit bones to mat. Beautiful. We're going to bring soles of the feet to touch. Take our hands around the blade side of the feet, and we're going to inhale, find ourselves in our Baddha Konasana. And we're going to just pause here with a lengthened spine for a few breaths. So feel yourself allowing the knees to become heavy down to the mat beneath you. And for now, we're really creating length through that spine. On our next inhale, keep that spine long, start to draw your body forward with the lengthened spine. And then as you exhale, start to round the upper back, relax the head. And just soften into breath. So you can make this posture as active or as relaxed as you would like it to be. If you're making it active, you're really trying to lengthen the spine, bring the forehead down towards the mat. You're really trying to work the knees down to the ground, opening through those hips. And if you're passive, you're just letting go of any tension. You're just breathing into this relaxed Baddha Konasana. Wherever you are is exactly where you need to be in your practice today. So just soften into the breath for a few mindful breaths here. Can you slow down the breath anymore? Can you release any tension that may have built up in the body? Taking our final inhale as we are. Final exhale. Beautiful inhale. We very slowly start to lengthen the spine and bring the shoulders back above the hips. We take the hands to the outside of our thighs and we draw the knees in towards each other. So you may need to shimmy yourself a little bit forward or a little bit back on your mats. And then we're going to grab onto the knees and very slowly allow ourselves to roll that spine down towards the mat. Vertebra by vertebra. Maybe finding a slight pause to stretch out the back. Massage the lower spine. And then eventually softening the shoulders onto mats, drawing the knees in towards the body. So finding a few rocks from left to right as you are here. Just allowing yourself to massage that lower spine, give it some love. And then starting to find stillness, we're going to keep the thighs squeezing in towards the body as we inhale. Bring the arms alongside the shoulders, pause in space, exhale. Take one more inhale, see if you can actively squeeze the thighs a little bit closer to the body. And then as we exhale, knees are very softly going to drop over towards the right side of your space. Allow the feet to soften around the legs to soften, and option to gaze over left arm. If it feels good for you, maybe you want to bring right hand onto that left knee just to draw yourself a little bit more comfortably into this twist. And personally find this more comfortable. But the choice is always yours to listen to your body. have the option to close the eyes and move a little bit deeper inwards now if it feels comfortable for you to do so. And just allow yourself to become mindful of how it feels to breathe into this twist. How it feels to take every slow, steady inhale, belly rises into twist. Every slow, steady exhale that allows belly to fall, body to soften. Final inhale as you are. Final exhale. Beautiful. Next inhale, very slowly, actively using the core to bring the legs up through center. We just find that moment of pause as we exhale. Inhale, we see if we can squeeze thighs closer to body. And this time, exhale, knees drop over to the left side of your space. Option to start taking gaze over that right arm. Option to close the eyes if this feels good for you. Option to bring left hand onto right knee to draw yourself more comfortably into this twist if that feels good for you. And then just become mindful of that breath and twist. Keep softening, keep slowing down.
Can't remember the smell, can't recall the taste, but I tried to.
Speak here in this experience with your body right now.
So afraid, I shine a light.
We take our final, full, slow, mindful inhale, belly rises. Full, mindful, slow exhale. As you find your next inhale, very slowly drawing the legs back up to center. Exhale, taking the hands to shins, squeezing thighs closer to body. Beautiful. We're just going to give ourselves a little final hug as we inhale. As we exhale. Next inhale, we're going to draw the eyebrows and the forehead up towards the knees. We're going to find this tiny little ball of constriction. And as we exhale, we're going to squeeze ourselves tighter as we are. We stay for one more full breath in. And then as we exhale, we release the breath, release the body, come to final Shavasana. So now our heels are about as wide as our mats. Our big toes flop out to either side. Our arms are alongside the body, palms facing up as an act of receiving. Our neck is long, there's a slight tuck of the chin in towards the chest. Shoulders are heavy. The entire physical body becomes soft. As you start to detach from any control over this physical body, and you very slowly just allow yourself to move beyond the physical body into a space of stillness. Connect mindfulness to stillness, deep beyond, to this awareness that exists within us. We are now entering a safe space that is free from any judgment or any expectation. A safe space that is free for us to surrender into a well-deserved moment of stillness. So let yourself soften, let yourself surrender. Let yourself be exactly where you need to be, right here, right now. start to wriggle into the fingers and wriggle into the toes just to bring sensation back. As you find your next inhale, reach the arms up above the body, find a beautiful full body stretch. As you exhale, release the breath, soften body. Next inhale, draw the knees in towards the belly. Use the hands to the shins to slowly draw you up to a comfortable seat. Seeing if you can keep the eyes closed if it feels good for you to do so. And then once you find your comfortable seats, bringing the hands to rest in prayer heart center and very gently bowing the forehead down towards the fingertips. As we take our last few moments in our practice today, we just reconnect back to our intention of mindfulness. We allow ourselves to reflect on what it feels like to be mindful as we move through our practice. And then we allow ourselves to take some of this mindfulness off our mats from our practice and into our day. And as you take this intention of mindfulness with you, I want to remind you to be mindful of the words that you say to yourself. Because no matter what you think, you are and you always will be completely enough. So thank you from me to you for stepping on your mat and moving through this mindful